Hey, what's going on guys? I'm Keveneknes, a Norwegian guitar player based in Nashville. Now, forgive me, I have sinned and modified my 1969 Stratocaster, one of the Hendrix era with the big headstocks, which I love because of the way the neck feels. They're a little bit thicker. It was incredible. It was a refinish, so that was the only thing that wasn't original, but I'm gonna walk you through some of the stuff that I did with my vintage Strat. So something important to me modifying the Strat was maintaining as much of the looks as possible. Anyway, the pickups are all original, the 69 pickups, which is awesome. It came with a three-way switch, which I don't really love because I use the in-between positions so much. And I know you can still get those, but at the gig, you really don't want to be messing around with that sort of thing. So I added a 10-way switch, which is very cool. Basically here, it works like your regular 5-way, but you have an additional 5 spots here. And so basically that's these two in series, this one and this one in parallel, all series, all parallel, and these two for your bridge humbucker kind of a sound. And another thing that's very important to me is the ability to have a tone control for my bridge pickup, which with the nature of the 10-way is not possible to combine, for instance, neck and middle for its own tone. So I had to make a master tone, and then this is basically just a producer knob. It's not even in the circuit, which is kind of nice because it's another element that's just not in it, and it's kind of more pure out from the pickups and all the electronics. But yeah, master tone and master volume. Over here I have the wood tone bridge. You might have seen the vlog video where I was trying to get it to stay in tune, and just the design of this is, I think it's a better or more modern design than the original Fender ones. And also another big reason was the Fender bridge has a wider string spacing. This has a narrower one. And what that does is basically sometimes with the Fender, the strings would be so far out that they would slip like that, which kind of annoys me. So I swapped it for the wood tone bridge, and on here I have the high wood saddles, which is since another thing about the Fender saddles. A lot of people rev about the sound of them, but the small slots kind of, it wasn't consistent enough, especially with the way I use the trem. And basically these, let's see if I can even pop it out. There we go. See how hard it is for me to pop it up. I need to shove the trem up, but basically you see those slots there. The string is not going to go anywhere from there once it's up there. Plus, another cool part of the design is you're not going to cut your finger on these. Turning it around, obviously the mechanism of staying in tune and stuff is important. So the claw hair is all original and all that, but the springs here are new springs. They're from raw vintage. They just stay in tune real well. It came with 4 springs on the back. I like 3, ideally 2, but it really depends on how far in this is. What I find is the further in you're able to have the claw, the more contact point you have with these 2 screws, and the more the guitar is actually going to resonate. I'm kind of a weirdo when it comes to that sort of stuff. It's got the wood tone block here. Sounds great. So moving over here, it's the obvious bow nut, which is not original. I have Clusen staggered tuners. I tried with just locking tuners. I didn't like those, but my initial problem with the original Fender ones was the way they felt, and these are just much smoother in the way you turn them. Plus, the locking thing isn't that important to me, but the staggered tuners makes a huge difference since you don't need a string tree, as you can see here, which is awesome. I like the look of the string tree, so that's why I have that here, but it's obviously not in the mix anyhow. It's just there for the look. So from afar, you won't be able to tell that there's no string tree, but eliminating that string tree makes the tension of the strings feel more even, and also it helps it stay in tune a million times better when using the trem. As of now, this guitar is absolutely incredible, and let's check out some of the sounds that it can make. Let's start off with the pickup options. It's a normal Strat here. but some of the extended fun happens over here, and so this is more of a bridge humbucker sort of a sound. Here is another in-between sound. Wall series. I personally haven't found too much use of that. If you have an idea, then let me know in the comments field. This is the tally sort of sound, the neck and the bridge in parallel. And then it's kind of a neck humbucker sort of an emulation. And I gotta show you how that sounds with a clean sound, because that's gorgeous. Something that I don't like about the way the single coil works off is it can never get as kind of fat as this 2 series. Before it kind of just gets muddy. As you can hear, the kind of difference between just being full and having that kind of note clarity, it's kind of hard to find that balance. But here, pretty perfect. Another thing that you may have noticed is the volume is real nice. And that is Fender Tone Saver that I have as a treble bleed mod. I tried about 3 or 4 different ones before this one. Some of them would take too much lows, some of them would not take enough highs or whatever. But the Fender Tone Saver just seemed to work with these pickups in particular. Love it. And obviously the wood tone trem is great. It can do all the... Well, thanks for watching. Now this is not necessarily something that I recommend doing to your instruments. That's just something that what I did in order to meet my needs, because I knew that this was going to be a player's instrument. I really wanted to use it live and tours and studios and all that, and obviously staying in tune and just being playable to me is the most important. And this is just what I chose to do with it, or ended up doing with it, and I absolutely love my Strat now. And without anything else to say, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and like this video. Comment below about any questions that you may have, or if you just want to tell me that you think I'm really stupid, then let me know that too. And until then, I'll see you next time.